black women are the most secretly desired women on the planet. Everybody want to get with them, but they don't want to be in public with them. You know what I'm saying? So these brothers, they're so stigmatized by this bullshit about black inferiority that their minds have been twisted that they would feel better and be better dating a white woman as opposed to a black woman. And that's in our fucking that's in our culture. I'm not gonna say it's in our DNA, but it's knee deep steeped in our culture of not respecting and not attracting the black woman. But in the end, most brothers date black women. They go out with black women. But there's some brothers like this nigga here, you know, who like the fucking white girls. Ain't nothing wrong with white girls.
Exactly, yeah.
But the thing about it is you can't. I don't care if you date a white girl. I mean, I'm not the fucking, you know, the fucking Kunta Kinte lawyer, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if you date a white girl, but don't shit on black girls as a reason for you dating a white girl.
Yep, I know someone like that.
Man, you gonna diss, oh, black bitch, I can't deal with it. Shut the fuck up, pussy. You want a white chick, just say you want a white chick, you know what I mean? You want the oxtail, you fucking Jamaican, eat the oxtail. Don't say, yo, I don't ordinary do that. Nigga, you did that last night, you know? So that's the whole thing with that. It's like, you know, do what you want to do, but don't shit on black women as your excuse to date other women. You know, so I didn't want to get involved in this fucking book, but you oh, God.
I am the greatest. Look at us, mama, we made it. I'm going in like I'm bathing. Yeah, they had a buzz, but we shaved it. They got me feeling like some gauges, cause I'm in the air with it, baby. Had to get away from being...
Mike Epps, I know Mike Epps for a while.
Yeah, I like Mike Epps.
Mike is cool. Mike is cool.
Ready? Yep.
Kevin is having trouble coming up with a new hour.
Yeah, and he got some writers that don't match him. They don't match him.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Nah, he's very, very busy, and it's very difficult. That's why Eddie stopped. Eddie got very, very busy. Eddie didn't stop because he was scared.
Sit down, just give
Eddie
us a
got
thumbs up.
very, very busy.
Right?
Then he got married. Then he had
just
kids.
give us a thumbs up. We'll get started.
You know, Kevin's got 3 kids. He's got an ex-wife. He's got a wife. Huh? Oh, I ain't see that shit.
That shit was tough.
Oh, come back now. After 30 years, you're gonna shit your pants. You know.
You want to do Rajen Persaud from New York City or just Rajen?
Just Rajen.
Okay.
Don't nobody know me as fucking Rajen Persaud, nigga.
No one?
No, nigga, except the police.
So you want to be from New York City or Queens? Where are you from? Like, how you want me to introduce you?
How difficult is this? You know
No,
what
it's
the fuck
like,
I'm
but some
from?
people like to be like, hey, introduce me as I want to be from so-and-so.
Queens, New York is cool. I'm from Queens. Fuck Brooklyn. Shit. These Brooklyn niggas mad that we had parents. Fuck is that shit? Yeah, we do a die, Bed-Stuy. Yeah, well, okay. Kill yourself. You know, we had lawns and shit, families, barbecues. Y'all niggas cook out on the fucking sidewalk in front of a building.
Yo.
Y'all ain't got a yard?
So after my question, then you'll go then back and forth.
Oh, the Bronx is a fucking hellhole.
Ready?
Yeah. Y'all ain't taping all this shit, right?
It is.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And I'm in Brooklyn. Brooklyn has the most bitch-ass fucking ball players ever. Oh, man. You go on the fucking court with these niggas, everything's a foul. Yeah, that's me. Come on, nigga. I just looked at you. Yeah, but you know what else? You looked at my fingers. Come on, man. What is wrong with you? I play basketball in Brooklyn, and these motherfuckers are like little fucking girls, man. I'm like, what are y'all fucking in 3rd grade? It's like you going in on a motherfucker, you give him a bump, that nigga start coughing. Come on, man. Come on. And he's like fucking crying. Were you a patient or some shit? You need an IV, you little bitch? And I'm like, and then we play football over there. You know where Albany Avenue is by Midwood, where the fucking street get blocked off by that school? What's that school? Like, whatever school that shit is.
It's a football field there.
Yeah, my nigga, we playing.
Wingate?
Nah,
Is that
it's
what?
not- it's
Nah,
not
it's
Wingate.
another one. We were playing football on that field, right? And I was quarterback.
Tilton?
And I was nice with the game, right? We were beating these motherfuckers 57-7, right? We were whooping these are Brooklyn niggas. These are hard ass Brooklyn. Yeah, what, nigga? I had a bunch of fucking goddamn preppy niggas from fucking Queens and shit. Motherfuckers who were in fucking scouts and shit. But these niggas played Pop Warner.
Right.
So I'm up there and I'm fucking sending it, right? So this little dude, the white boy, Steve Terrio, this motherfucker was so fast. He's like Wes Welker. And my man told me, yo, these niggas in the fucking stands, they getting antsy. Don't throw no more fucking touchdowns.
Yeah.
Don't hit these niggas. Cause I had a friend named Andy. This motherfucker could catch jello in the rain, bro. This nigga was nice. He would go on a sluggo route, right?
Right.
But when he did the sluggo, I told him, when you come back out on the slant, I'm gonna throw to the right, because if this nigga catches up, he's gonna have to turn.
Right.
Don't just do the sluggo and go straight. Do the sluggo and then switch to the right. I was hitting that motherfucker all night. He had like 4 touchdowns, right?
Right.
They told me, yo, chill, man. What? What's that? Oh, that's you? What's up, Jay? You fat motherfucker? You good? Good to see you, baby. So, yeah. So I'm playing, right? They say, yo, man, don't throw no more bombs. Because I hit Andy. Andy was this light-skinned motherfucker, good-looking fucking, dude. When he took off his helmets, the girls were like, ooh, and this motherfucker could catch. I'm telling you, this nigga was nice, right? So I hit him on a couple of sluggos. And then my man, Steve Terrio. What?
Yeah. We wait till Roger get done so we can do the introduction.
It's fucking these bitch ass niggas I'm playing in Brooklyn. Your fucking people.
We doing his interview. Roger's
Your
interview.
people. So this old dude, Steve Terrio, right? This dude's like 5'5" if he's lucky, but the motherfucker was like a mosquito.
All right.
This motherfucker was like a mosquito. So he ran this route on this dude. He fucking cut off on the D-back, and the D-back fell. I threw the fucking ball. They told me not to throw the ball. And I threw the ball, and another guy came up on help defense, but Steve was fucking still going. This nigga was in Steve's face, and I hit that motherfucker. Boom! Steve caught that fucking ball and scored a touchdown. All we heard was pop, 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 and then motherfucker started shooting.
Yeah.
We left about maybe
Yeah.
$2,500 worth of equipment on that field. We climbed that fucking yellow wall. Damn near naked. We didn't even change our clothes. We had on our cleats. We had on the fucking pads and everything. We climbed the fucking wall, jumped out, and these niggas was still squeezing. I was like, yo, what's wrong with these pussies, man? But they couldn't play.
This is Pop Warner.
No, it wasn't Pop Warner. It was just niggas. It was just, I had a band, right? I was a drummer in the band, right?
All right, hold on. Before we get there,
Okay.
let's get started.
All right,
then
come
we can get into that.
All right,
Ready?
all right.
Yeah, hold on.
All right. We ain't looking at mansions. Boy, you
Yeah,
got
chill.
What the fuck's he like? You got pictures of white chicks on there, you fucking slut?
Nah, I was checking out some cribs, man. I'm about to buy a crib and shit.
Where at?
Brooklyn, man.
What you trying to buy?
Trying to buy one family.
All right.
Right.
I wouldn't buy a fucking house in New York, man.
I love New York. I can't leave.
All right, cool. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. I'm here today with the great Rajen from New York City, Queens, by the way. Thank you so much, man. I got my co-host today, Mr. Wayne Cherry, the comedian.
What's up?
Yeah. But Rajen also is a comedian too, book writer, author, philanthropist. He's for the ladies all around the world. So
Book writer, author? Oh, jeez.
all of that.
That's like the same shit.
He's a guy. He's a book god, I'll say. So thank you so much, Roger, for coming on the show.
No
man.
problem, bro.
Yes, sir.
WC. WC Fields in the house.
What's up?
So on the show, man, we like to talk about the blueprint. You know, one of the foundations of your life. Who raised you is very important too. So let's
Who
start
raised me?
there.
My parents. I'm not from Brooklyn.
You're not from Brooklyn.
I
let's
was
start
raised by
there.
parents.
Let's start with your family foundation.
You know, mom and dad in the house. My mom's black and my father's Indian. And Indian side of the family didn't fuck with us too much, you know, because, you know, we're niggas and that's it. So,
Would you
know.
be considered a Dougler?
No, that's some racist white shit.
Okay.
Anything Douglas means black in Ireland, that Gaelic shit. But no, I'm not. That Douglas shit is some racist shit. I'm black. Fuck all the dumb shit. You know, I'm black squared because Indian is black anyway. So, you know, I grew up, you know, pretty much around just the black side of my family. In you know, if you're growing up black, you're in a black neighborhood. So, you know, I was the only one with good hair in the fucking. But I wanted afro because, you know, when I was a kid, we would go to the fucking beach and go in the water, you know, and niggas would pick their shit up and they'd be good. Man, I gotta wait an hour for my shit to dry and it's all fucking paste on my ass. Like, I want one of those. Why the fuck don't I have one of those?
Right.
I wanted bad hair, as they say. You know? So, you know, grew up pretty much as a kid in Guyana. Came here when I was 8, and you know, just got adopted by the African American community. And that's it, man. I'm what you call a down by law African American. I'm still a coconut, but
Right.
I'm a down by law African American.
Nice, nice. So with you growing up here in New York City and your parents being a household, the two dynamics, African American?
What?
Your mom?
No, my mom is black from Guyana.
Break that down. What is Guyanese anyway?
Guyana is the only English-speaking country in South America, so we're not considered Latin American. Every other motherfucker in Guyana, in South America, is Latin American. We're not. We're mainly an Afro culture. The people in that country originated there, like we talked about. The original people were not Mexicans; they were black. So a lot of Africans or black people were there even before the so-called transatlantic slave trade. So my mom's black, but we trace our ancestry outside of Guyana to the motherland. But that's another story. I don't talk about that too much. But because it's not that it's a bad thing, it's a very good thing, but I just don't want, you know, other shit to be going down. So she's black and my father's Indian, so Indians were brought to the Caribbean as indentured servants after the African slaves were revolting. They were like, yo, we ain't playing this shit no more. And indentured servants is just a nice way of saying slave, because you was a slave. And in Guyana, what happened was the Africans or the black slaves ran into what's called the bush. And they created civilizations in the bush. And then when they brought the Indians from India, they escaped and ran into the bush, but then they ran into the brothers. So what the black people in Guyana did was give them, you know, resources. Say, yo, don't eat that, eat this, this is this, blah, blah, blah. It created like an Afro-Indian culture. But then the white people fucked that up. You know, so when I say my mom's black, she's, you know, there's a variety of different black people. All black people don't look alike. There's a fucking Angolan black, there's, you know, West African black, there's East African black, so, you know, South African, so, and then there's African American, your people, and your people.
All right, wait.
Okay, so when did you realize you wanted to be a comedian?
When my friends started telling me that I should be a comedian, there's two things they wanted me to do. Three things. They wanted me to be a professional musician. They wanted me to be an athlete because I was nice with it. And then in those environments, there was always me cracking jokes. And I just didn't know. I mean, I understood what a comedian was, but I didn't know that there was a development process. And it's stupid of me because as a drummer, I had to develop. But, you know, when you're seeing Eddie Murphy and Damon Wayans, they do a solid hour, you can't imagine that starts with 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like hard to believe that 5 minutes stretches to an hour. And when I got on the drums, you know, you play basically a 3 to 5 minute song. It's not a big deal. You're not playing an hour, and every song is different. But when you got to go on stage as a comedian, you're doing an hour. Yo, man, when I first started, 30 seconds was an eternity.
It's facts.
You know what I mean? And then 5 minutes was long. And now you get on stage, 15 minutes, shit, I got the light?
Yeah.
So that's when I decided, they just kept telling me, yo, you should do this. But my mind didn't click saying, yo, I could do this. And then I walked into the Uptown Comedy Club, and that's when it started.
And Uptown Comedy Club is based in what part of New York?
That's in Harlem.
Harlem.
It was right above Mosque number 7 in Manhattan.
Is that where, who all started there? Let's start there. Who all started there too, but yourself, during your time period too as well?
A lot of people, man. JB Smooth, Tracy Morgan, Talent, Will, Ellen Cleghorn, Dougie Doug. I mean, all these people are stars now. Mike Epps, you know, Michael Blackson. I don't know if Michael Blackson started there, but Michael was there. You know, just a lot of guys. Some people I might be missing, but it was an amazing place because, you know, anybody who, because it's like black shit. Black shit is different. You know, like I did martial arts as a kid, and you go into a black dojo, there is no real levels. You got a uniform on, you gonna fight. I was fighting black belts as a white belt.
Damn.
In the other dojos, you gotta go levels, and they don't teach you advanced techniques. If you in that dojo, you're gonna get advanced techniques. And it was the same thing with the Uptown Comedy Club, because the owners of the Uptown Comedy Club were martial artists. I mean, the guy that started was Beast in The Last Dragon. And so he kind of ran it like a dojo. And anybody was welcome. We had homeless guys that were performing. We had a guy named T-Berry. We had a guy named Hollywood, who was a Haitian guy. Just fucking hysterical. This dude had no jokes. He just had this Haitian accent. He had absolutely no jokes. He had this Haitian accent, and he would go on stage and just talk.
Right.
And he used to do a rap by this rapper named Special Ed. And he would rap the songs. But he would rap in such a thick Haitian accent that was hilarious. And then there was Tracy Morgan, was kind of homeless too. But everybody was welcome. And if you were white, you could come in. It's not we, because it wasn't my club. I was just a performer there. But, you know, guys would come in. It didn't matter. You know, we had some Latin American comics come in. One of my favorite comics is a guy named Ruperto Vanderpool. He's a Dominican comic. You know Ruperto, right?
Yeah.
And he was there for a while, you know, but it was really a good environment. And we used to kick everybody's asses, bro. There's a funny thing about Uptown is African-American comics who were not in Uptown, and they were down in like the Comedy Cell and the comic strip, were afraid to come Uptown. There's a guy, a good friend of mine named Reggie McFadden. He's a great comic. Reggie McFadden. I brought him to Uptown, and he got me auditions at the comic strip. And Reggie was a brilliant comedian, but he had this apprehension. Even niggas are scared of niggas. You know what I mean? It's funny. It's like I was talking to you about that dunk on. You know he did that on Michael Cooper, right?
Yeah.
You know Michael Cooper was a high jumper in the Olympics, right? How can you're a high jumper in the Olympics and Dr. J just boofed on you like that? But that's the same thing with Uptown. you had guys that were so strong, and the reputation was not just the comics, the reputation was the audience. It was a rough audience. And we would play places like Terminal D, and I went out to LA, play places like Mavericks Flats, and not a lot of the, I call them white bread comics, the black comics who don't fuck with the black clubs. They were scared to come. I mean, even Dave Chappelle wasn't at Uptown. Chris Rock would come through because he used to work with some of the guys on private shows, but you had a lot of African American comics who never came to Uptown, and because they were germinating in that salad downtown. We were talking about that earlier, but the guys that came through were heavy hitters. Robin Harris, there's a guy named Charlie Barnett. He came through, but very few African American comics would come through unless they were on the black circuits in other states. They didn't have that fear because they were doing their thing. I know a lot of guys who killed downtown and would kill at Uptown, but were scared to come. Scared as hell to come.
It's just the environment of New York, how cruel New York City is, period?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's more comedians feel like they have to work harder in a room like Uptown Comedy Club, whereas downtown they can say anything and it'll go over.
It's also this mindset of how you look at black people. There's this fear of black people, and sometimes that fear can be transferred to black people. Like you know, we all know the stories about Caribbeans because, you know, we just said I'm from Guyana. We all know the story about coming to this country. They would tell you not to fuck with African Americans. And
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
Because they have to continue that stigma. You know, they have to continue that stigma that I'll tell you why. The African American in modern times over the last maybe 100 years are the most powerful and influential people on the planet. Your people, right? They're the most powerful and influential people on the planet, right? They have their own culture. A lot of people think it's African culture. It's not really, but I'm not gonna argue that. They have their own shit. I've been around you people a long time to know that there's a distinction. I've been all over Africa. I ain't find one motherfucking Sam Cooke, one Patti LaBelle, not one Michael Jackson. So the music came out of here, not from there. So the power of the African American is problematic for a lot of motherfuckers. And if you can create a stigma on those folks and say, don't fuck with them, then you keep people away from them. So it's a funny story, my older brother, he came up and he's got this long hair like mine. He's got dark skin and he's from fucking Guyana. So he comes up and he's into jazz. So he's like 17 years old. So they say, don't go to Harlem. You know, the black people in Harlem, they will kill you. They will shoot you with a gun. They will stab you and cut your throat. All kinds of bullshit. These niggas ain't ever been to America. Yeah. But they got chapter and verse sitting in fucking Georgetown, Guyana, eating a fucking mango, telling you what the fuck's gonna happen when you go to Harlem, right?
What's the person's name?
Huh?
These Chaplain Gers?
No, chapter and verse.
Oh, chapter and verse.
You know, like when I came to this country, I didn't. You as a kid, you couldn't really tell me shit because I had my mom, my brothers, my family was like, you know, we knew some shit, you know, so you couldn't tell us shit. But everybody would tell us shit. I remember before I came to America, this guy, he put me up and put me on top of the car. You going to America? Did a steak bugger in America? I said, what? Did a steak bugger in America?
What?
Buggery is anal sex.
Oh shit.
In England. So we're raised British, whatever. So bugger, to take bugger means to have anal sex, right? So I'm like 7. This nigga's like, yo, there's tech bugger in America. Don't tech bugger, you know. That's like, and my mother just grabbed me off the car and said, get the Ross Fiesel blasted son, you know. And the guy came to America when I was like 15 with that same shit. And he looked at me. First thing he said when he walked through the door, what guy now, youth man? You taking bugger? Yo, this nigga. Yeah. So I was like, that's the narrative. Everybody's got some shit to say about a place they'd never been. When I was going to Africa, see, were you going to Africa for? The fuck you mean, what am I going to Africa? I'm going for some music, some pussy, and I'm gonna be good, and some food. What the fuck? You know, there's some dangerous shit here. Mm-hmm. You know, you ever been to Cincinnati? No disrespect for Cincinnati, but you niggas are warm over there. So we were told to not fuck with African Americans. So my brother, he comes, he's 17. He leaves the fucking apartment. First thing he does, he goes and he goes on the street and he asks this guy, excuse me, how do you get to Harlem? So he was living, believe it or not, they were living on in the Upper East Side, like 80-something Street, because my uncle was a super in the building. So he went out to Harlem, and the guy said, you know, you could take this bus straight down, and you know, once you get to 102nd Street, you're pretty much in Harlem. You find you're around. He said, can I walk? Yeah, I said, yeah, it's a bit of a walk. So he just walked to Harlem, and he didn't come back till like 4:30 the next morning. He went to people's houses, and he was hanging out. You know, everything about African Americans was just bullshit. He met a chick. You know what I mean? He was playing pool and all. He played ping pong too, so he got involved with those people in your people, and you know, it was cool. And then for me, the fuck am I gonna do? I'm fucking 8, 9 years old, and I want to play ball. Who are the best ball players? The Negroes. So you know. That's what happened. That was a long answer to that fucking question.
Yeah, that was a good answer though.
Yeah. Good answer though. Good answer. Yeah. But you still didn't explain like your beginnings of comedy. Who took you to your first comedy club? Like, how did you discover?
It wasn't a comedy club. We didn't have money to go. You young niggas think everything was a fucking, you know, Cash App or some shit. We didn't have money. Niggas wasn't going to comedy clubs. I used to dime on the street with my friends. And we used to, you know, they call it bagging in LA and hiking in New Jersey. We used to play the dozens. That's where Wildin' Out came from. We invented Wildin' Out at Uptown. And it was called the Battle. The comedy gladiators. It was the Battle. It was invented by Kevin Brown. He was .com on 30 Rock. And so we were just kids in the street doing stuff. And then I never had that experience of going down the basement and listening to the Richard Pryor records because, you know, I'm not from here. So I got my tutelage from the guys who did that. And I was just funny. I don't know why, but my father was funny and my mother was funny. So I was just funny and it just kept going. It was like I was good at sports, I was good at music, and I was good at comedy. My mother didn't want me to play sports because she thought all the coaches were gay.
Explain.
She was, okay, I always tell people I look like Diana Ross up until I was like 30. And I had grown a beard and shit because I was getting a lot of homosexual traffic towards me because, you know, when I was a kid, they said I looked like Elder Barge. They said I looked like Michael Jackson. I looked like Prince. That is not a nigga that's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be the most macho-ass motherfucker. Right. So, you know, I had some cosmetic issues. Well, good cosmetic issues in one way because all the girls were cool, but the dudes, they wanted to fuck me too. So I was like, yo, that's not what I'm interested in. You know, that gets smart. Right. You know, so I was like, yeah, all right, cool. So, you know, we was just in the street diming, and they would always, make fun of me about looking like Prince or Elder Barge, and I would come back. And then, I had a friend, Cynthia Ford, and she was my first booker. She would call me up, say, yo, Rob, what are you doing? It's like, nothing, watching TV. Yo, we over here at my house, and it's like 10 of us, and we need this shit livened up. I said, okay, who is over there that I don't like? Everybody. Who is over there that don't like me? Everybody. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
So I would go over there, and she was my first booking agent. Really, really beautiful sister. Her and her brother. Me and her brother were best friends. And I would just light the place up. And it was 3 guys that were funny. It was me, Timothy Barnhill, who was probably the dopest MC I've ever heard. He had a voice like a motherfucker. I was telling Messiah about my man Mike Cherry. Mike was a poppin' locker. It was the baddest motherfucker I've ever seen. So it was Tim Barnhill, Andrew Barone, and me. And we were the 3 funny niggas in the crew. But a lot of times when I came through, everybody chilled. And so it kind of, I'm not bragging, but it kind of set like a standard of what was going to go down. And then I got pushed, and I got pushed, and I got pushed. And it didn't start until I was in college, And Damon Wayans, believe it or not, is the one that helped me out. I was dating this girl, and I was talking to her about being a comedian. She's black, so, black chicks will push you into, nah, what the fuck are you waiting for? You want to be a comedian? Go fucking be a comedian. What the fuck you standing there talking about it for? So her and her girlfriend bought tickets for me to go see Damon Wayans when Caroline's was at the Seaport. So I went to see Damon, and Damon crushed the place. It's just cold as fuck in here, man.
This will cover the mic.
Oh, shit. Damon killed the place, right? I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And so we were out in the car, and I had 3 girls in the car. One was driving, there was 2 in the back. And there were 2 dudes. I want to say it was Sean and Marlon, but I didn't know who they were. But I couldn't even say it was Sean and Marlon, because I didn't know those dudes like that. But they say, yo, there's Damon, go out there and talk to him, So I was scared to go talk to him, because I thought he was like this big star, and he was just gonna say, get the fuck out of the way. And I was like, so they pushed me. So the 2 dudes came to the car, I think they were gonna get some ass. So they're like, yo, we're gonna flag these 2 niggas. Just go and talk to Damon while he's by himself. So Damon told me what I needed to do, go to a club, do 5 minutes. He said, man, they only gonna give you 5 minutes. It's only 5 minutes. What's gonna happen, man? It's 5 minutes. I said, all right. So I went, I did 5 minutes at Uptown, and that's how I got in. And then the other stuff is just basically, you doing a set. There was a lot of places to perform, for white people, but not for black people. There were these clubs that were opened up once a week, and so you had a choice between going to Uptown on Sunday, and then later on nigga night at the Boston Comedy Club, and they still have those. The business is still so fucking segregated that you still have Black Night, Chocolate Sundays, and Jigaboo Tuesdays, or whatever the fuck.
That's why it's Chocolate Sundays on the Laugh Factory and shit
right.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
they
that.
still have that shit. And so you bounce from this club to this club. And a lot of people don't understand the talent of the African American comic. And in general, the African American, your people. And it's incredible because you had guys.
Boston was Sundays, right?
Yeah. You had guys like, let's say J.B. Smooth, let's say, Talent, Will, Tracy, all of us, we were relegated to maybe performing 2 nights a month, if we were lucky, 3 nights a month. And these white boys would get like 3 mics a night. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers, they diamond every night, 3-4 times a night. We're lucky if we get once a month. Now there's a lot more situations happening in the African American community, but those are bad situations. And so, if you could develop a Bernie Mac under those conditions, if you could develop a Steve Harvey under those conditions, if you could develop a Cat Williams under those conditions, you're some bad motherfuckers.
But was Bernie Mac even developed though? I thought everything he said was raw, like some of your uncle or your dad would say in the household. Sound like some. That's the way he reminds me of.
See, a lot of people overthink development. Bernie was a fucking genius. Bernie was a genius. And whether you consider him developed or not, whether you consider him raw, Bernie was just that dude. And you can fuck with him. You know, I have a friend named Al Tuma, same thing. He's from Albany, Georgia. This nigga's nice. Is he developed? That's on you. Can he rock a party and blow most of these motherfuckers off the stage? Yeah. You know, so when you can produce talent like that, you know, like I talk about Simone Biles, she's the most important athlete in American history because anybody could play basketball, bro.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have you done a backflip in a gym?
Never.
How many times have you fucking played basketball?
A lot. Right.
So any nigga could be a basketball player. But to be a gymnast and to be at that level, she's at the highest level. To produce that from her beginnings is insane. It's just insane. Her parents were like drug addicts and stuff like that. She was raised by her grandparents. So when you can produce that type of product under these conditions, that's a bad motherfucker system that you have. And we come out of that like Wayne's nice. Wayne don't get to perform a lot. Same thing with me. I didn't get to perform a lot. So when we would go downtown, you know, we would smash them. We would smash them. You know, they didn't even want us in the club because we had this reputation. We had this reputation of being black. Then we had this reputation of being from Harlem. We wasn't from Harlem, but we came out of Harlem. And then we had this reputation of coming out of a fucking lunatic karate dojo school, you know, with some Bronx River and, you know, Mott Haven motherfuckers. These are real dudes, you know, and they was like looking at us like we was gonna come in and punch you in the fucking face. Nigga, we're writers just like you. I remember, anyway, go ahead.
Writers that would punch motherfuckers in the face.
Yeah. You know, so that's how it kind of began for me. And a lot of people don't know that about African American talent. We get limited resources to perform, and then we turn out being the best motherfucker. Like, who the fuck is Deion Cole? Where the fuck did he come from?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but Deion Cole is nice. You know what I mean? Motherfucking J. Anthony Brown. Know who J. Anthony Brown is? J. Anthony Brown is
He
probably.
was on Baby Kids, right?
No, that's Robin Harris, you ignorant fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Shit. How the fuck did it's like fucking Diana Ross and Nipsey Russell. What the fuck are you doing, man? I think you guys are gonna cut this, right?
No.
Hey,
Keep
niggas in
that
the
in
back.
there. Keep
You gonna
that
keep
in
all
there.
this shit.
Oh, Jesus. So, you know, you got this situation where, you know, J. Anthony Brown, balls to the wall. This dude is nice. He came up with Richard, he came up with fucking Eddie, he came up with everybody. This guy is top shelf. You know. So that's the type of stuff. And then we're kept in the dark, we're kept in the back because the competition's heavy, man. Competition, like right now, you got these black women doing floor exercises and gymnastics.
I seen those videos.
Bruh, these chicks are dancing on the bus at 7, okay? So by the time they get to the floor exercises at 15, they're pros. This one chick, Jordan Childs, she's like the best on the floor exercise right now. She's using Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, and Stevie Wonder. That's just not fair. That's why I always say those fucking Kenyans that run in a marathon, it's not fair. They should start from Kenya Okay, and run here. And then impress me.
Yeah.
Don't start in motherfucking Manhattan, nigga. Start from Kenya with your fucking long-winded ass.
They'll probably still win.
I know. I am just going to Djibouti. We'll be there soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. A couple of months I will be in Ghana, and then we will take across the water. You know, but that's the type of shit that African Americans go through, and that shit is changing. But that's how I got up in the game,
Nice.
and it was a really nice situation.
So how did you transition from? Well, you still a comedian. But how you became a book writer or author?
Listen, stop saying writers, huh?
Is it what is it exactly?
Author, man.
Author?
Yeah.
They both write.
It's the same shit. He's just trying to be fucking
man.
faithful to the white people. Oh, it's an author. He's not a writer. What does an author do? He fucking writes. You fuck. It's an author. Don't say. I'm just, sorry, Wayne. I'm not here to disrespect you. I'm here to shit on him because he's in the Air Force. It's not a real fucking military. It's a bunch of fucking pussies in blue suits.
We chilling, dog.
Anyway, now my brother was in the Air Force, so I love the Air Force. I had a girlfriend who would not listen to me. And I had graduated college, you know, I had done my thing, and I'm doing stand-up. And I was trying to help her because she was doing what they call gig work now. That was called temporary work back then. And you know, she graduated high school, and I was trying to get her to go to college. And I'm, you know, kicking all this shit. She ain't listening to me because, of course, I'm her boyfriend. The fuck do I know? And so I kept, you know, doing stuff and getting her going. And she didn't want to listen, so one of my homegirls, this girl Valencia, she said, man, the shit you talking about, you should put it in a book. That's how I started writing books. And then I wrote my second book, Why Black Men Love White Women, when one of my homegirls was at Harvard. She was at Harvard Law, and she called me up, pissed off that all the brothers at Harvard was going after white girls. Now, there ain't a lot of black people in Harvard Law, period.
Right.
So you got some brothers there, and you got some sisters there, but they going after the white girls, and there are more white girls than black girls. So that's how Why Black Men Love White Women came about. I had a...
Do you care to expound on that? I want to know a little more about that one.
No, fuck that.
I want to know too. Yeah. How you go?
I'm not talking about that book. That book's like fucking 20 years old. Go fuck
But
yourself.
remember, there's
But it's
thousands
still-
of people who haven't read it yet.
And it's still
Well,
very,
go buy the book.
and it's still very relevant because
Well, it's
I
the
like
same.
white women.
Huh?
I like white women,
I
but
know.
I want to know why.
Especially the ugly ones. the one with the fucking 3 necks. I seen you, player. She got mayonnaise leaking out of their fucking shoulders and shit. And like, you still hitting that. It's like, come on, bruh. Wipe that off first.
Yeah, I see your pictures, man. You got the cougars, dog.
Nah, it's just the stigma on the black girl is very, very fucked up. It's like the same stigma that I had, not me, but that people tell you when you come to America and dealing with African Americans. It's the same thing that black women have. You know, black women are problematic in a lot of ways to a lot of people because like they look good, you know, and they look good in many ways. They're fucking designed differently, you know. There's nothing like a well-lotioned pair of knees on a black girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? No matter what you put on there, whether it's shea butter, you carry it so very, you know. Like Patti LaBelle. She's like fucking 80-something years old, but she's got the most well-lotioned knees on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And from the ground up, you know, these sisters are built and designed for hate, some hateration. I give you an example. Back in New Orleans and in Boston, black women were told that they couldn't show their hair, that to wrap their hair up, right? So, because they would have braids and shit, and some of them would have locks, and so yeah, every fucking day, you date a black woman, Tuesday, fucking Thursday, she got a different hairstyle. but they would decorate themselves in many different ways, and it was natural. And the white women were beefing because, you know, they were attractive. So they said, nah, y'all gotta cover your head. Bad move. What they cover their head with? The dopest shit they could find. They started wearing all kinds of colors and shit. So now the head wraps became sexy too. So you put a black bitch in a fucking rice bag, she gonna look good. So you have to shit on her in order for her to be unwanted. And that's the stigma of the black race in general. Because, I mean, I hate to say this shit, but that's why Angela Bassett hasn't won an Academy Award. You can't look that good and still be a fucking Academy Award winner. You know what I mean? She's got so much talent. She's got everything going. But it's like, it'd be fucked up to give her an award because God gave her so much. You seen Angela Bassett? It's disgusting how pretty she is.
Top tier.
It's shocking. And then you got other chicks. So, you know, I'm not shitting on other women, but, you know, black women are the most secretly desired women on the planet. Everybody want to get with them, but they don't want to be in public with them. You know what I'm saying? So these brothers, they're so stigmatized by this bullshit about black inferiority that their minds have been twisted that they would feel better and be better dating a white woman as opposed to a black woman. And that's in our fucking that's in our culture. I'm not gonna say it's in our DNA, but it's knee deep steeped in our culture of not respecting and not attracting the black woman. But in the end, most brothers date black women. They go out with black women. But there's some brothers like this nigga here, you know, who like the fucking white girls. Ain't nothing wrong with white girls.
Exactly, yeah.
But the thing about it is, you can't. I don't care if you date a white girl. I mean, I'm not the fucking, you know, the fucking Kunta Kinte lawyer. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if you date a white girl, but don't shit on black girls as a reason for you dating a white girl.
Yep, I know someone like that.
Man, you gon' diss it. Oh, black bitch, I can't deal with it. Shut the fuck up, pussy. You want a white chick, just say you want a white chick. You know what I mean? You want the oxtail, you fucking Jamaican. Eat the oxtail. Don't say, yo, I don't ordinary do that. Nigga, you did that last night. You know? So that's the whole thing with that. It's like, you know, do what you want to do, but don't shit on black women as your excuse to date other women. You know, so that's, I didn't want to get involved in this fucking book, but you oh, God.
And you got another book of Wakanda is Real.
Where?
And that came from you understanding the history of Africa, or what? How did that derive?
I got this friend. You know them comic book niggas? Some of them could be really, really annoying. You make a mistake and say Superman is Marvel. No, it's DC. All right, fucking take it easy. Well, this guy is not like that. He knows how to bring that across. He's very, very nerd guy. And he's into his comics, and he's been teaching me that shit since we were kids, and I kind of listen to him. But I don't really know shit about the Black Panther and Marvel and Silver Surfer and Green Lantern and all that bullshit. I don't know nothing about that, but he taught me some of that stuff. And when the Black Panther came out, he told me I need to write a book on the Black Panther. I said, why the fuck do I need to write a book on the Black Panther? He said, nigga, you write. That's what you do, so write. And when I saw the Black Panther, I saw everything that I've been studying as a kid. Everything. So I put that book together and I showed you where all that stuff came from in the Black Panther. From the heart-shaped herb to Zuri to Suri to, you know, Okoye to Nakia to even the Black Panther itself. It was a Black Panther tank division in World War II that liberated Nazi concentration camps. They were one of the most decorated units out there.
They're all black people?
Yeah.
Oh.
Your people. Oh, it was the Black Panther. They weren't from the Air Force either.
Right.
They were heterosexual. Yeah. But these brothers, they were a tank division in World War II, and like you know, they had the I forgot what the name of the pilots in World War II, the African American pilots.
That's Tuskegee.
Yeah, those fucking guys. Those dudes were tight. So, you know, there's a lot of relations, you know, and then I related, you know, what was going on in South Africa, how South Africa relates, because I went all over Southern Africa, and I related how South Africa relates to the Black Panther. Okoye, the general, she's from Zimbabwe, and related that, and related all this stuff. A lot of voodoo in the Black Panther, a lot of people don't know. And so I put that stuff together and sort of did like use art to inspire and use history to inspire, because if you look at Black civilization, there are dozens and dozens of Wakandas. There was Timbuktu, there was Kemet, there was Ethiopia, there was Libya, you know, there was Great Zimbabwe, you know, there was Songhai, Mali, Ghana. Then in India, there was Mohenjo-Daro. So there was a lot of Black civilizations that were Wakanda. This was a Wakandan civilization before the outsiders come. You know what I mean? So I related all that, and that's why I said Wakanda. That's why the book's called Wakanda is Real, because whatever you see in that movie actually happened previously. Now, I don't know, were they spaceships and all that shit? Did they have vibranium? I don't know. There's a lot of shit missing. These niggas can't figure out how they did the pyramids.
Right.
You know, they got cranes and shit.
They said people was grabbing the bricks and throwing it up to each other.
There were stones, not bricks. Fucking geech. A brick is some shit you could pick up and throw at your sister.
Yeah, like...
Stone. Okay,
Yeah.
the stones are 30 to 80 tons.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't pick up 30 to 80 ton stones. So I traveled to Africa quite a few times, and you feel that energy of brilliance. You know what I mean? And like I was in Nigeria, and Nigerians are just, you know, these motherfuckers are gangster with their shit. And then you go to like Ethiopia, those motherfuckers are arrogant as fuck. They're like what the Jamaicans call stush, because Ethiopia has the Ark of the Covenant. That's where all that shit began.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything has happened in Ethiopia. I mean, they call that area Kemet, and Ethiopia is not just that little piece. All of Africa was Ethiopia. This was Ethiopia. This is still Ethiopia, America. We are in West Africa. What we know as Africa is Central Africa. Asia is East Africa. You're starting to fucking zone out.
No, I didn't talk about it. There was that one piece at one time.
No, I'm not talking about the one piece. I'm talking about even as it is now. This is not America. This is some new shit. No disrespect to Americans, but they came, they took the land, they called it America after some dude named Amerigo Vespucci. They changed the name. That's only about 500 years ago. The Atlantic Ocean was called the Ethiopian Ocean. Did you know that? Yeah, so if the Atlantic Ocean was called the Ethiopian Ocean, obviously everything near the fucking thing was Ethiopia. So I brought all that together, and even the original people of Ireland were black, the Twa people. So that's why I mixed all that stuff in.
That's why a lot of Irish people love black women.
Huh?
A lot of Irish dudes always date the black ladies.
Everybody always date the black lady.
Yeah.
You know, except the
But
blacks.
they always had the red hair.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Ireland was populated by the Twa people from the Congo before anybody else. And the snakes that were supposed to be chased out of Ireland by St. Patrick's were not snakes. They were the black people. Because Ireland, from a geographic perspective, cannot have snakes, because snakes don't live there. So they were thrown out of there. There was a guy named Ota Benga. He was Twa, and the Twa people created all your religion. You know, that's all voodoo, but that's another story. They created all your religion. So the Twa people were in the Congo, and they captured this one dude named Ota Benga, and they put him in a zoo with an orangutan. They put him in a cage with an orangutan. It's just a little dude, kind of by his size.
Orangutan is crazy.
But he's dark skinned.
With orangutan?
Yeah, they put him in an orangutan.
That's crazy.
And they put him in the zoo, and he was like a feature in the fucking zoo. That's what these people did. And then they took him out. He finally got out the zoo. African Americans like, get that motherfucker out the zoo. You know, that's our homeboy. But these African, I don't give a fuck. That nigga looks like us. I gave him some fucking biscuits and he ate it.
Yeah.
Get the motherfucker out the fucking jail.
That's crazy word.
So they had this brother in a jail, in a zoo, in a cage with a fucking orangutan.
I don't know if it's funny or not.
You gotta make this shit funny, nigga. You gotta make this shit funny
It's funny, though.
because you piss yourself off.
Yeah,
You
that's
go out there
crazy.
and shoot somebody. So the dude was in there, and these people were so fucking ignorant that essentially, that's my camera. Essentially, motherfuckers, they put a god in prison because the Twa people of the Congo created all your religions. That shit, all that Egyptian pyramid shit, all that science and all that stuff, it was taught to them by the Twa people. The building and stuff like that. That shit didn't start in what y'all know as Egypt. So they took this dude, they're all Christians and shit and Jesus and all this, so they took the dude that invented your motherfucking religious construct and you put him in a cage with an orangutan. That's how blind you are. And then, funny enough, guess where he wound up after that? Right here in Brooklyn. This nigga wound up right here in Brooklyn, Weeksville. There's a you know Weeksville, right?
No.
You know Weeksville, right? Tell them what Weeksville is.
Weeksville is in, I want to say that's Crown Heights, across Atlantic and past Troy Avenue.
Yeah, that's where it is. I asked you what it is.
I don't know, projects. Fuck.
All right, Weeksville is a village that was created by African Americans. A guy named John Weeks bought up a whole bunch of land and created an old black town, like they did in Rosewood and shit like that. So Weeksville was an African American community, like Seneca Village was before they kicked all the black people out to make Central Park a part of Central Park. And then downtown Manhattan, there was another one where there's African American burial ground. So they had these little pockets of African American communities, and that's where he wound up because it was like a safe spot for him. But his head was so fucked up by that time, you know, you can't get that shit out of your head. And then he went down to Virginia, tried to do some stuff down there, and he later killed himself. He got married. He got some pussy, you know. He got some pussy, but you know, he's like they rocked the dude out. So the Twa people are essential to the Black Panther and Wakanda, and I had to put that in there. And the only reason I was able to put that stuff in there is because I know that shit. I've been studying that shit since I was a kid. So when I saw the Black Panther, I was like, it was like watching history. It's like there's a racist white boy, Woodrow Wilson, who said Birth of a Nation, you know the movie Birth of a Nation, right? So that was like writing history with lightning. The Black Panther was the movie that wrote history with lightning because everything in that movie had been done before by us. Except that Killmonger nigga with that braille on his body. You know.
Okay, so you went from there to now now, 5 years from now or so, or I'm using real estate before. It's still too correct.
Yeah.
So
Well, just like you made money, you lose money. It's New York, you know. I did that for a minute, you know, but that ain't shit I like to talk about no more because they fucked up real estate in New York. Real estate used to be good in New York. They found a way to fuck that up. You know, I mean, I've been across the country dealing with a lot of business people and hung out with these white boys in Indiana, you know, Pennsylvania, you know, just hanging out. And I'm telling them I'm from New York. They don't want to do any business in New York. They don't want to do any business in New York, and it's sad because these are healthy, brilliant businessmen, you know, and they don't want to have nothing to do with New York. So they fucked that up.
Nice. So 5 years from now, where do you see yourself, and where do you want the world to view you?
I never really think of shit like that, but I don't know. I'm going into some different businesses. With, you know, I'm trying to get into the e-commerce thing, like I was telling you, and so hopefully 5 years from now I have a thriving e-commerce business. A couple of movies shot. Where me and my boy Andrew, we're working on a movie where I play a comedian whose lives gets taken over by a ventriloquist dummy because he wasn't really doing well and he became a ventriloquist. And it's a crazy ass movie. That same dude that taught me about all that Marvel and DC shit. It's a wild fucking movie. I'm killing motherfuckers, you know. And
I can see that shit. It'll be funny. You got the scarf on too?
Huh?
Scarf, the ventriloquist out the scarf?
Yeah, he got a fro. Nigga got more hair than me. And so, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to get this other film done. So it's a small one, not a short, but it's a small one. It's like a 90-minute joint about a sister who just fucking ruined her life on dumb shit. And you know, hopefully get a few things going. And I got another book coming out called How to Make Love Like a Black Man. That book is trying to get people to get their mojo back on, get their sex back on, do it right. You know, I think jumping in a pussy for 5 minutes is doing something. You know, and it's just not. And a lot of these dudes, they can't get their shit going on because they doing a lot of other stuff.
Like, what is your tips, then? You wanted somebody like, hey, this is how you properly should please a woman. For an amateur person, what would you say?
First of all, you gotta escape the fact that they're women. And like, don't get it twisted, because I got some problems myself. But you gotta escape the fact that they're women. You gotta treat them in the way that you want to be treated.
Treat them the way they
They're batshit crazy, but that's something you gotta deal with. Women are crazy because men are stupid. We created a fucked up environment, and they're now nuts. And when you get into a relationship with a woman, you've got to back all that shit down. And one of the best things you can do with your girl is hold her hand in public, because it establishes some shit. It tells the world that that's my girl and I want you to know it.
hold her hand.
And this nigga ain't writing shit down.
He is writing notes. It's crazy.
You know,
He's taking all the notes.
And you know, another thing is focus. You know, you got to focus on her. When you're getting down, you know, it's like a basketball game. You know, and there ain't no help defense. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get in. You gotta be tactile. You've gotta, you know, touch. You can't just be like Robert De Niro in that fucking movie with Sam Jackson.
Right.
There's action that has to happen, and you've also got to be in shape. You know, sex is not for out of shape motherfucker. I don't know how Huge J got a family. You know what I mean? That motherfucker ain't seen his balls since he was 12. You know? But that nigga, he got a kid and he's got a wife that loves him. Which, God bless him. But you got to be in shape. One of the things that fucking men up right now is weed. Everybody think this weed thing is a good thing. This weed thing is a trap.
So you said stay off of weed. Okay.
Yeah. Stay off of weed and liquor.
Right.
I don't know
Stay
about
off of
the
weed and
liquor.
liquor. If you black, this is my personal opinion. If you black and you have less than $50 million, there's no fucking way you should be getting high and getting drunk. You gotta focus on getting $50 million. And it also destroys your money and it destroys your focus. I know families that have not achieved what they should have achieved because of substance.
Right, but go back to how we fuck go back to that. You up to you left off of leave out the weed.
Nigga, you had to buy the book. It's coming out, motherfucker. Buy the book, it'll come out.
I want to be able to do this before the book come out.
You want to do that tonight, right?
Yeah, so no more
With
weed.
your blow up doll? Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff. I can't drop the whole book because I don't remember half the shit I wrote. But there is a interaction you have to have with women that a lot of brothers don't have, and
that is,
that is to be, as Prince said, be cool. You know what I mean? It's not a woman; it's a person. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that wants to be with you. It's somebody that's in front of you. Obviously, she wants to be with you. So, she's using her time to be with you, and so are you. And a lot of times you've got to stand as a man. You can't. You never ever kowtow just for the pussy.
What is that? Cowtown. What is it?
Kowtow.
Yeah,
You
break
never.
Never cowtown.
Reduce yourself as a human being just because she's got a fat ass. And you got to get that.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been
I know.
I've been
You a
cowtown.
professional, Boops. Yeah.
I gotta stop that cowtown.
Yeah. You can't be bugging the fuck out because she's fly. You know what I mean? You got to be fly too. That's why one of the things you got to do is you got to be in shape, because when you walk in a room, just as men are going to look at your woman, you got to make sure that chick's looking at you so she knows what's up. You know what I mean? One of the guys I always talk about is Morris Chestnut. All the sisters love Morris Chestnut. When he walks in the room with his wife is on her toes because all the chicks want him. And not everybody's gonna look like Morris Chestnut, but you could get yourself to the point where your presentation is dope. You know what I mean? When you walk out the house, you can't be some sloppy ass motherfucker. Neither could she. You know what I mean? Because you've got to get some time in together. And however long that time, if it was 9 months or 9 years, you've got to present yourself. That's why these chicks that are walking around the streets in house clothes and slippers in the morning, I'm not fucking with them. You know what I mean? Got on shower caps and walking around. Nah, baby, you got to throw on some clothes. When I was coming up, everybody looked like En Vogue, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looked like En Vogue. We got to go back. One of the things I talk to black people about in general is, if you want to know what you're supposed to look like, go back and look at old Soul Train videos and see what those men and women look like. And everybody looked like that back in the day. And now, everybody's corn syrup slop, and it's accepted. And then you get diabetes and all kinds of shit. You don't know why, because you're not taking care of yourself. And one of the best ways to know that you're not taking care of yourself is when you got lift issues. You got lift issues, you got health problems, bro. Because that is the most important bodily function you have outside your brain.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, the blood flow goes. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to do, you know, to get where you need to go to make love like a black man. And some black men need to go there too.
Let me see. So it's no more cowtown then.
Kowtowing.
Kowtowing?
Yeah.
Towing. Kowtowing. And you said don't go running around thinking I'm Morris Chestnut.
No. Try your best to look like Morris Chestnut.
Okay. Go
Try
around.
your best to look like Morris Chestnut. Even if you're a short, pudgy, light-skinned motherfucker. Drop the weight and you know, just have a poster of Boys in the Hood behind you when you're walking around.
Hey, that's funny. All right. So also one more thing. So it is Valentine's month so far. You know, while we're shooting this. So, any tips on, you know, how to date? Is, you know, dating has become a extinct thing. A lot of women don't know how to be courted now, or a lot of men don't know how to do the courting. What is 3 tips you can give someone who's like, this is how you should court a woman?
I again, approach them as people, as human beings. You know what I mean? Like I never talk to a 10-year-old like it's a 10-year-old. I never talk to a 5-year-old like it's a 5-year-old. I'm not going to use, you know, polysyllabic words on a 5-year-old, but I'm not going to talk down to them. And I'm not going to walk up to a woman with, you know, vernacular like my dick is in my hand. You know what I'm saying? You just approach her, because what a lot of dudes don't know is, like, they know whether they're gonna give you the pussy in the first 30 seconds of seeing you, sometimes less. And sometimes you got the pussy and you talk your way out the pussy.
Mm-hmm.
You open your mouth saying all kinds of dumb shit, and she's like, ew. So slow your roll, listen more, you know, compliment, you know, and just let the shit go. Like my man was talking about. Remember, was you there when I'm not gonna call his name, but he's in the booth right now. He was on a date with some chick, and should I call his name just to fuck him up? No. He was on a date with some chick, and you know, he was saying that she wanted him. She's asked him why he didn't do something that she wanted him to do and that he wanted to do. And that's the coolest shit in the world, because if you just cool and you chilling and she actually wants you to engage more, but you're not, that's a blessing, because you're like, I'm not gonna push this too far. And just let the situation happen. And then, you know, you're gonna have some women who want some stupid shit. Like, I want a first date to be in the Caribbean. All right, hold on a second. I got Kanye on speed dial. And because Kanye got the money for that, you know. I could take you to a Caribbean restaurant.
Yeah.
We ain't going to the Caribbean, you know. And most girls just want to chill. They don't mind a walk in the park or whatever. Not today with all this cool shit. But most women just want to chill. And I always tell young girls, teenage girls, when you're talking to a boy, you're not talking to that boy. You're talking to 30 of his stupid friends who's telling him, yeah, this is what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. And then he comes up like a dumbass, and the girl looks at him like, really? So don't come with anybody else's shit. Come with your shit. And develop your own swag. Like, you know, swag is really what you do. Like, you're a vet, swag 1. You know, you're a producer, swag 2. You used to play football, swag 3. You know what I mean? Wayne, he's a comedian, swag 1. That's about all he got, right? But he got that swag. And your swag is in your capabilities. It's in what you do. And if you ain't doing nothing, then you might keep a chick for 5 minutes, but you got to be doing something. And, you know, I'm not bragging on me, but my swag is, I'm a comic. I play drums. I write books. You know, I act. I used to dance. You know, yeah, motherfucker. And you know, I used to model. You know what I'm saying? And I used to do a lot of shit. And I still do some stuff. I don't dance and model no more, but you know, I'm still doing it. And I write films. So there's a lot of stuff that I do that women would be like, oh, that's cool, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, if you just a video game nigga and you ain't, you know, it's gonna be difficult for you to be respected. So that's the tip, you know. Have your swag, approach correctly, and just do simple dating stuff, you know. Go out, you know, and have a salad, you know. It's not easy. It's like when we met. You know what I mean? We've never dated, but when we met in the fucking hardware store. We wasn't trying to one up each other. It's the same thing. You meet a dude, yo, you dap it up, what's up? You meet a chick, blah blah blah, and then you pull it to the side, say, yo, man, what's up? What you know, what you doing? You know, I'm trying to see if something could happen. You know, we could go out and get to know each other a little better. And that get to know each other is the first start. That's all it is. You know?
Okay, that's nice. Any final questions?
When is this book coming?
Which book? How to Make Love Like a Black Man?
Yes. When is the let our viewers know, as well as myself, the date and how we can purchase the book.
I'm not sure of a date yet, but it's probably going to drop within the next 2 months, and it's probably going to be through a book funnel. I'm probably going to do it digitally. I'm not going to do the Amazon thing. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it's probably going to be through a book funnel, and they're trying to get me to do a course on this, and so there might be a course also. The course is going to be a little bit more in depth.
Okay. Also, let the viewers know where they can purchase your books that have already been published.
Why Black Men Love White Women is still on Amazon. That was a deal I did with Simon & Schuster, but I pretty much left them. And Wakanda is Real is on Amazon also, and it's going to be on a funnel too. And there might be a masterclass on that too, because masterclass on African history. I'm trying to use art and entertainment as vehicles and inspiration for prosperity. Because just as Simone Biles can be the greatest gymnast in the world, you can also, you know, use her as an inspiration to be the greatest comedian in the world. It's not gonna happen for you per se, nigga. But you know, you're gonna get a laugh or two. Nah, this dude's tight, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Wayne's tight.
This is about you today, though, man. It's not about me, man.
All right, well, appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
My man.
Yes, sir. This is Talking Riches. Make sure you follow Rajen Persaud on all your social medias.
Rajen on social media, wokemultimedia.com, Rajen Comedian on Instagram or some shit like that. Just Google Rajen. There ain't nobody else with that name anyway.
Nice. And Ron the Riches, Wayne Cherry, the comedian. Deuce.
How long was this motherfucker?
I don't know, actually. Probably like over an hour 30.